and then click this one and say, yo, what up? How's it going?
Hey, what's up? Not too bad. How about you?
I'm well. I'm quite well. Thank you. Thank you. So, Jiro. What's up with Jiro? Hit me with the elevator pitch. What you got going on for the deck doctor?
I played in a provisional. I played enough to get my cards, and I got a Sports Vessel Stadium, and I'm like, I'm gonna build Jiro.
Yes.
Mostly because my one of my friends went to a provisionals. He played, and the only reason he didn't get into top 8 was because he lost to a Air Jiro with Sports Vessel. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah. So
is that it? It's just like let's the Sports Vessel people.
I was just like, I have a foil in my play group. We pulled 3 of them, and I'm like, I kind of want to pick up all 3, and I got 2 so far.
Okay. So what's the goal of the deck then? Do you want me to thin it out? Do you want me to be changing some stuff around? Like what are you asking on help for?
I definitely need to cut it down a bit because I took it to my locals, and I gotta tell you, I loved playing the zero gravity barriers. They were so much fun. But I didn't get to see any of my attacks in the right order.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I feel like I need to cut the deck down because 60 is a good number.
Right.
3 is a little high, but I prefer it to be in like the mid to high 50s.
I think we can get this to 55 to 58. Is that the goal?
Possibly, yeah. But there's cards on the side that I want to add in too, and that's my biggest problem.
So what are we trying to add in to the main board?
Definitely Specialist of Sound.
Okay.
I'm considering Plus Ultra. I wanted to ask you about that because I don't know how meta relevant the mid attacks are.
Right.
Especially because I don't think there is any zone changing for air.
Right.
So if I'm playing Plus Ultra, I kind of want to make sure that I'm blocking good.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and then the last thing was, I wasn't too sure about Ready, Get, Set, Go. I love the card. I love playing it out of 4 of. But with 5 assets, 2, that's 9 cards in my deck that are not foundations and not attacks.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. I don't think you need Ultra Compressed Weights in the main board. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So this card could just leave. And honestly, I don't even necessarily think you need it in the sideboard. We saw it played all this weekend, and it did not do very much versus these versus Momo or Asui, which are the 2 best characters to play it against.
Gotcha.
Like, it was fine, but like it's a 3/4 2 mid block that like doesn't do a ton.
Very meh.
Yeah, it's very meh. I'm instantly cutting it. I don't want to see this card at all.
Gotcha.
So first and foremost, our block zones here are pretty even, but we need to cut some high blocks here to put in the 4 Ready, Get, Set, Go, which it probably should be a 4 of just because of how potent this card is as Jiro. We want on turn 2 just to absolutely slam them. And the easiest card to cut is Plug-in because this card sucks. I think this card's not good. Yeah.
I put it in solely because I'm like, I do want to chain out, and I figure if I can look at the top card of my deck for every single attack, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I agree. You're playing 4 observers, dude.
Yeah.
This combined with Jiro, I think you're fine. Combined with Destined, right? Like, you don't need 10 cards and your character to do that ability.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't think we need plug-in. And then from there, so we technically went up a card, I think. Because we took out 2, we went in 1 card, -1, -2, +4. We still have all of these, so we got to get rid of mids and lows. The easiest thing to do would be to take Wealthy and put it down to a 1 of. We take Arrogant, bring it down to a 3 of. Wall Cling down to a 2 of.
So for Wealthy, I honestly adored seeing Wealthy because anytime I saw Zero Gravity Barrier and Wealthy, I'm like, okay, I just got a free Zero Gravity Barrier. I don't even have to play more than 1 attack.
Right.
I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about anything. I could just get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that, I also loved seeing it with Electric Jolt. Just because the one game that I did see it with, it pushed me over the edge.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I think the thing is you either get to pick like Electric Jolt or Double Jab Pummel, right? Like Jolt, Pummel, Lift are your high block slots. All right, let's just put this to block zone. Right, high, low, low. Yeah, so you've got 6 here, 6 here, 7 here. Beautiful ratios, by the way. Absolutely stellar. Stellar.
Thank you.
I think that this is like good ratios, and I like this being here. My question is like if you liked seeing Jolt, maybe we put 0 gravity lift up in this spot here. Like we just do 2, 2, and 2 instead. Like that is an option that we have, right? At least to give it a try.
Gotcha.
With that said, though, I think 0 gravity lift is not fair in Giro. One of the least favorite cards of all time. The only time that I've ever lost to Giros in big tournaments was 0 gravity lift into plus ultras. That's just how I lost, right?
It's honestly terrifying.
Yeah. Make this your 3rd card, and it's an 18 damage throw, and there's just nothing you can do about it. That's just like not fair.
Yeah.
It's actually just not fair.
What about doing 3 lifts and then 3 pummels?
3 lifts, 3 pummels, and just take out the Jolt?
3 lifts, 3 pummels. Yeah, just take out Jolts completely.
I don't hate that. The big thing with pummel is it's damn good, but you do have to find 2 attacks with it, which is not terribly hard. But you are a 6-hander. The other thing that you get to do, since we're taking out these ready, get, set, goes, is just maybe toss the Jolt in the sideboard whenever you want a little bit more control.
Gotcha.
Not a thing that normally happens in a Giro deck, but a thing that certainly can happen. So from here, we're still pretty high, and I've taken out a couple low blocks. So I'm not allowed to touch your low blocks anymore. From here, I think the idea of Confused or Walkling in the main board is a good idea, but I don't know which one you want to play. Or it could be like 1 and 1 in the main board, and then toss the other 2 on the side, because you're ready to get to leave.
I think I do.
Because like as we look at our high block zones, I think latent skill is too important to do the thing with Giro to panic button, get the cards out of your deck or off the top of your deck. Release is broken, and Walkling and Confused just do the same job. And the other thing is you've got high block here, right? You've got 6 high blocks that aren't on your foundations. And so you're going to be holding high blocks to block with because you're not building out those cards. Halfway through the game, you're going to have a ready, get, set, go in hand and just build every high block you have.
Okay.
But if we want to get this number down, it's got to be one of these 2 cards.
I think I just set out the Confused. I put it in there solely to deal with any like mill-based decks, because there were I think 3 Shotos at my locals, and I'm like, this is painful.
Interesting.
I'm gonna kill off every single one of their meteor showers, so they don't get to play.
Right. The last thing that I have is we could take Earphone Jack and bring it down to a 1 of, because you want to just build in Sports Festival anyway, and having Unwavering be able to target 2 things. You only have 4 slashes, right? And so like having the 1 Jack is probably fine, because of the fact that like we're making so many checks, we're drawing so many cards, and you can just discard it in order to build it in if you need to. And that just brings us down to like even a better stat here, and we're at 57. So in the world of quote cutting cards, I think we're good. I think the big thing we have to do is find the room for the specialists, which just aren't mainboarded. And then from there we have to like not add. We could add in. All right, so at minimum we put in 1, right, and that brings us up to 58. And so now I want to cut 2 cards in your low block slot to just add in 2 cards in your low block slot. Whether it's like Arrogant, although it increases your spam count. Let's look at this. 21 of your cards are spams, which means that it's totally chill that we lose these 2.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, this is totally chill. Sorry, we put this to 1. Put you to 1. And then put in the other 2. And still keep this number, and then your difficulty count is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40, 50, 60, 70, 18, 19. You're fine. You've got more than 2/3 of your deck is still 1 diffs. Or 1 ones or zeros. You're totally chill.
Gotcha.
Thoughts?
I'm liking it so far. Yeah.
Okay.
My only worry was that the mids are now a little bit high, which would be harder to put in plus ultra. Because my
Correct.
kill cons are either I'm gonna like put out giant zero gravity lifts, or I'm going to unwavering slash. Um,
You also
and
have
then
home
my
run combat as a kill condition, which
do have,
is
oh yeah,
also
yeah.
not fair.
The last thing too was that the Airstream drivers kind of underperformed because I kept on drawing both of them and no other attacks, and I'm like, this is painful. I hate this. I don't want to see anything else. Because they just like didn't block. Like I'll just take it, or I'll lower the damage and I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And so I was also thinking about cutting those down, but like I don't know what I would. I didn't know what I should replace it for.
Well, let me do some looking.
Yeah.
So your options are like things like Ricochet Charge, but that card is only good as like your lead-in.
Yeah.
We've got Indiscriminate Shock, which is good as a low attack.
I was thinking about Indiscriminate too, but like I'm not playing enough stun for me to like Indiscriminate a whole ton.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing too was I'm watching a few of your other videos. You've mentioned someone played, I forgot what the card is called, but they played that in First Impressions, and then that was a lead off. And then when the opponent blocked the 8 damage move, they then had to deal with +3/+3 to the next, along with Jiro.
That's true. I think First Impressions is good, but if we're doing that, then we should quadruple down on this idea of zero gravity lift.
Yeah.
The other option you have for replacing the Airstream driver is just Pillar Swing as like the world's best poke.
Yeah.
Pillar Swing plus zero gravity pummel says that it gets to be played hella late in a string.
Okay.
It gets to be played as a third card and gets +3/+3. So it's a 6 mid for 11 with stun 2. That if fully blocked, it gets added to your momentum.
Okay.
Because it's also a weapon charge. I'm surprised more people aren't playing this card in Jiro now that we have double jab pummel.
Yeah. No, I was more so just scared of seeing it. I'm like, I don't want to see more than one, and if I do see it, I need to see double jab pummel too. But I didn't want to up the double jab pummel count because then I'm going to see 3 double jab pummels in my hand and no other attack, and just feel like crap.
The other option is like you just don't have to play the attack, right? Like you can just hold it for the next turn.
Yeah.
Right. You can just you've got stun 2 on a 6 mid or on a 4 mid for 9 at bare minimum every single turn.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah. I sort of want to try out the First Impression line first, because that's what initially drove me to this, and then I started to change it, and then I was like, I've changed it a lot. Backtrack a bit. I think it was Jetstream Crash.
Yeah. Jetstream Crash. Yeah, it was one of Hill's decks. Yeah, I think this deck. I think this card's cool. What did was he playing Pummel?
I have no idea.
Because that's your high block slot, right?
That's the high block. So if I played this, I'd probably cut out the Pummel, cut out the Airstream, which would make my lows a little, sketchy.
Yeah. At the same time, you could just cut the Airstream, go to 16, and put this up to 20, like that. Like if you're not liking Airstream Driver, I'm gonna toss it in the sideboard for now. If you're just not liking that card, I mean, we could just slam 2 of these in on top, and then see what's up. Right, we're here. So still our 19 attacks with this lineup. My big thing is like if you want to put this in, I think you have to take out the rescue completeds and the wealthy aspiration and play at least 3 of that card, or go back up to like a 60 card deck.
Okay.
Like you could take out the 1 wealthy and then just slam the other ones, slam those 3 cards in, and then it would, because like 60 cards in a 19 attack deck is not terrible. It's a little under what I'm wanting to run right now as an aggressive deck. I want to get this closer to like a 50, 58. Like in my Midoriya 1 deck, that I do a lot of drawing, I'm playing 22 attacks in 60 cards. Which is a lot, which is a lot. But I just I want to see strings, and so does your character. Your character just wants to see big long strings.
big time. Um,
But like that
yeah,
is so let's talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So this is like a
Okay, yeah.
defensive aggro card as rescue completed.
Yeah.
This is a flow card, and first impressions is just an aggro card that is specifically here to work to be a tactic with these two cards together.
Yeah.
Make sense? And so like
Yeah.
these cards will get you or cast a wider net, whereas first impressions, which I just don't have in the deck at all. I'll just put this here and I'll be able to bring it up on my screen. First impressions says that like it makes your first move really good. So like your 0 gravity barrier is a 9 low for 3. And if it's blocked, well it just won't be, right? Like you'll just, or this is, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And it'd be a 10 low for 3, or so I actually used 0 gravity barrier to kill someone because they just ran out of cards in their hand. I was holding it. I'm like, well, let's just make this massive.
right. Yeah. I think this card is correct in Jiro, actually. I think it's so
I
good.
love it. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm playing 3 of them, even as a 2-check. I initially played 2, and I'm like, this isn't enough. I want more. The more I saw it, the more I liked it.
Right. 100%. I feel that fully. I feel it fully. My personal opinion is I think if you're playing things like your 0 gravity barrier, I don't think you need first impressions. I think that this is probably just like a better card than it.
Yeah.
But since, I mean, and I don't even think the 1 is worth it, man. I think if we were like all inning on this game plan, I'd be down.
Yeah.
I know. Here's what I think you do, right? Because like the point is to help like build a deck. Try this tactic and see how it works. See if you like the 0 gravity lift into the Jetstream Crash, and if necessary, I mean, we already have that one deck doctor, right? Just like go steal that deck and go play it and be like, how do I feel about this, right? Because I feel like what this is doing and then what this is doing are like 2 different Air Jiro decks.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotcha. Okay.
like, where's I'm doing either the zero gravity Jetstream deck, I'm doing the Unwavering / Sports Festival deck, or trying to be this hybrid in the middle, which is where it almost looks like we are now, right?
Yeah. Speaking of, should I up Sports Festival by 1 since there's only now 3 assets? And
Nah, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. You're gonna draw so many cards. You get to dig 18 cards going first to find this combo.
Sweet. Yeah.
Here's something like, and part of the reason that like let's get deep into deep into like my philosophy on content creation. All those deck profiles and deck doctors are gonna be live forever. If there's a deck doctor that you liked from somebody else, just go try that deck, right? Yeah. So like I think like I've played against this 0 gravity lift Jetstream Crash kind of deck, and it is certainly scary. I think Unwavering / Sports Festival Stadium is better, but I think that this was scary and cool.
You know, I think I built this deck originally for the Sports Festival, so I think I'm gonna stick with that line first.
I think that's the right call. And then I would either like give this card a try if you want to like try it, but I think Indiscriminate is probably going to be like a scarier ending card for you personally. I also just really like the idea of the 6 diff, the Pillar Swing.
Pillar Swing, yeah.
Yeah, I just think that card's got such Timmy energy. It get big. It get real big.
Real big, hit real bad.
Yeah. It big. All right, man.
How many would you be putting in there? Just the 2 instead of the Jetstream?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think that's all you need. At least I like to try the deck, right? Because like I don't think I can like part of the other thing, man. Somebody asked me to do a TAM talk about net decking, and I can like my entire career is about net decking, right? Like that's the reason you're here. I think net decking's entire purpose is to give you a initial idea, an initial thought on how to play a deck, right?
Yeah.
And so like there's gonna be 5 of these cards that you like or you don't agree with, or you're gonna say I want to see Ford Special Stadium more, and you're gonna pump it up. Whereas I don't think you necessarily need that, right? And just like, what do you prioritize versus everybody else?
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
You've given me a lot to think about now.
I love it. That is the goal. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this pillar swing into the sideboard in case you do decide to like mess around, you know?
Yeah.
Alrighty, my guy. Let me thank you again for the support over on Patreon. Let me hit you with the list. Make sure you hit the copy button whenever I send it to you. Any last minute thoughts?
No, I don't think so.
All right, buddy. You have a good night, okay?
You too.
All right. Peace.